right as it is and say nothing to anyone about talking to me.
All right, Gabbard. I hope you know what you're doing.
Believe me, I do.
Getting kind of dark. Boss said that new hand was going to be here to help us keep watch tonight.
Yeah, he'll be along any minute now.
I'm going to find the right time and even my score with that hombre.
Hey, you better take it easy. You know how Kincaid is about things like that.
Yeah, reckon you're right. Right now, the boss is so stirred up about that Phantom Rider showing up, he don't know which way to turn.
Yeah, when that rock came through the window, he read the note on it and turned pale as a ghost.
Well, here comes Gabbard now.
Well, I'm a little late, boys. Had some business in town.
That's all right. The boss said for Lobo and me to guard the south side of the pass and for you to stay here on the north side.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, Lobo. We better cross over to the other side now. Well, Lobo, we've been here a couple hours and ain't nobody tried to run them cattle through yet.
This fella Murphy's already been warned. I don't look for him to start nothing.
You know, I got to thinking, standing here on the edge of these rocks like this would give us a mighty good advantage if anybody did try to run them through.
Yeah, we could pick them off like birds from here.
Well, just between us, I wish they'd try it. I'm itching for some action myself.
Then start reaching for the sky, boys. You're going to get it.
Hey, what is this?
Turn around.
All right, but don't shoot. You got us covered.
A blue mask. The Phantom Rider.
That's right.
Now, look here. We ain't done nothing. We're just riding herd, that's all.
Yeah, on another man's cattle. Here, put these white shirts on.
What are you going to do with us?
Just put them on.
And then he made us put them white shirts on and stampede that Murphy herd right through the pass.
What's the idea of the white shirts?
Yeah, so he could spot us in the moonlight and cut us down with his rifle in case we try to make a getaway.
And the Murphy herd?
Oh, we scattered that herd from here to breakfast. They're all over the basin by now.
What happened to Gabbard?
That milk drinker? I don't know unless the Phantom plugged him.
Look here, Kincaid. This job was a little more than I bargained for.
What happened to you?
All I know is this Phantom friend of yours got the drop on me and tied me to a tree. The next thing I know, Dawson and Lobo stampeding our Murphy herd through the pass.
Did he say anything to you?
Well, nothing except he told me to give his regards to Buck Kincaid.
All right, boys. Now that's $10,000 on the Phantom's head.
You mean 10 grand to the man that brings him in?
Yes. Dead.
Then start counting your money, Kincaid.
Oh, I've heard others talk like that, and they just disappeared.
You know what, boss?
What?
I think the Phantom is somebody that we rub shoulders with every day.
You mean man by day and ghost by night?
Yeah, something like that.
You might have something there, Dawson.
Right now, Gabbard, I want to have a little talk with Dawson and Lobo.
Oh, sure. I'll go over to the bar. I feel the need of a glass of milk. See you later.
You know, maybe that Gabbard feller isn't as big and tough as he lets on he is.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about something else, too. What do you mean, boss? Oh, nothing. Just keep an eye on him. Right now, I want you boys to get a good night's rest. Because tomorrow morning, I'm sending a special stage to Crescent City with the money from Bud Morgan's herd we rustled last month.
You want us to ride guard?
That's right, and shoot the first hombre that even looks like he wants to stick you up. What happened?
The Phantom got us, boss.
The money?
He got away with it all and took Lobo with him.
I might have known something like this would happen. Call all the men you can lay your hands on. We got to start a search for the Phantom Rider, and this time, we won't give in till we get him.
Look, boss, I don't want any part of him. I'm telling you, we better both get out of the country while the getting's good.
What? And leave everything I've built up? Are you crazy?
No, but you are if you try to get him. Well, he's greased lightning with a gun, boss. We didn't even have a chance, man.
Where'd he go with Lobo and the money?
Oh, I don't know. He just said that he'd send Lobo home later in the day. I was tied up for 3 hours, and Jim Bledsoe came along and finally turned me loose.
Going over to the bar and see if you can find that new hand, Gabbard.
Okay.
You won't have to, Dawson.
Gabbard, what are you doing with that gun?
I'm pointing it straight at you, Kincaid, and you too, Dawson.
Now, look here. What's the big idea?
I'm placing you under arrest, Kincaid. You and all your mob. You're through.
Huh. Who are you to arrest anybody?
Take a look at this.
United States Marshal.
That's right.
Well, what are you arresting me for? What is this all about?
Thanks to your enemy, the Phantom Rider, I've discovered that you turned Bud Morgan's cattle into money, just like you did a lot of other ranchers in these parts. You've been running things to suit yourself too long, Kincaid. The sheriff of Crescent City is outside waiting for you.
You can get by with it.
I've already gotten by with it. All right, Sheriff, come on in and bring your men.
All right, Marshal. Can I take him into the county house?
That's right. Oh, and Mr. Morgan, if you don't mind, you'd better go along and prefer charges.
Oh, how are you going to prove anything against me?
Well, the Phantom Rider paid me a visit with your man, Lobo Garrison. Garrison did a little talking.
I had to do it, boss. The Phantom would have... Shut up! All right, Sheriff. I'm licked. But as for you gabbing out... Hey, where'd that marshal go?
Well, he was here a moment ago. He's gone.
I should have had better sense than to trust him.
All I know is, Sheriff, I'm mighty obliged to the marshal and to the Phantom.
What I want to know is just who is the Phantom?
Nobody knows, I reckon.
I got a mighty good idea who he is.
Yeah? Who, Lobo?
I ain't so sure about it, but before he left Morgan's, do you know what he asked Morgan for?
No. What was it?
A glass of milk.
Thank you, Dennis Moore. Heard with our guest star today were Joe Forte as Kincaid, Charlie Long as Domino, Eddie Fields as Lobo, Jimmy Dean as Murphy, Al Sloey as Dawson, Johnny Paul was the sheriff. Now here again is Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage.
He always sings raggy music to the cattle as he swings, back and forward in the saddle on a horse. That is syncopated, gaited, and such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater, how they run. When they hear the fellow's gun, because the western folks all know he's a highfalutin, rootin', tootin' son of a gun from Arizona, ragtime cowboy Joe. Out in Arizona where the bad men are, only thing to guide you is an evening star. Roughest, toughest man afar is ragtime cowboy Joe. Got his name from singing to the cows and sheep, every night to say it, sing the herd to sleep. In a bat so rich and deep, crooning soft and low, he always sings raggy music to the cattle as they swing, back and forward in the saddle on a horse. That is syncopated, gaited, and it's such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater, how they run. When they hear the fellow's gun, because the western folks all know he's a highfalutin, rootin', tootin' son of a gun from Arizona, ragtime cowboy Joe. Cowboy, cowboy, ragtime cowboy Joe.
And now Foy Willing brings you the instrumental side of the Riders of the Purple Sage with a special rendition of Dark Eyes. Johnny Paul on fiddle and Bud Seifert with his accordion. Men play. In the early days of the West, to say that the latch string was out meant that friends and strangers alike were invited to share in a rancher's hospitality. Traditional Western hospitality is never more apparent than during the holiday season. As you prepare to entertain the countless relatives and friends who will visit you during Christmas week, remember that Weber's bread is a great help when family and guests get hungry. Weber's bread has a firm, even texture and a distinctive flavor that make it blend well with other foods. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, and in-between snacks, you'll find that Weber's bread really hits the spot. It helps to satisfy hungry appetites and becomes an enjoyable part of every meal. Buy plenty of Weber's bread for the Christmas holidays when you go shopping tomorrow. And now, from the bakers of Weber's bread and the cast of your All-Star Western Theater, a Merry Christmas to all. And now here is Foy Willing returning to our All-Star Western Theater microphone with Dennis Moore.
Dennis, it's been a mighty long time since you've appeared as our guest, but we want you to know that it's always a pleasure having you drop by and visit with us.
It's been a lot of fun, Foy, and thanks for asking me. Now you can start fulfilling your promise to me.
Meaning,
Meaning a rider to the Purple Sage rendition of my favorite Western song.
For you, Denny, and all the folks who visit with us each week, here is So Long to the Red River Valley.
So long to the Red River Valley, my roping and wrangling is through, and so farewell to the home corral and all the old pals I once knew. So long to the old empty bunkhouse where we dream the hours away. Just send my mail to the end of the trail. So long to the Red River Valley. I'll roll up my bedding and pack up my clothes and lighten my heart with a song. For where I'll be traveling, nobody knows. I've got to keep moving along. So long to the Red River Valley, my roping and wrangling is through, and so farewell to the home corral and all the old pals I once knew. So long to the old empty bunkhouse where we dream the hours away. Just send my mail to the end of the trail. So long to the Red River Valley. Drifting along, singing a song under a western moon.
From Hollywood, you have heard your All-Star Western Theater, a V.M. Bayer production starring America's great Western singers Foy Willing and the Riders of the Purple Sage. Our guest today has been the screen's great action star, Dennis Moore. My name is Cottonseed Clark. Next week, another great star of the West in A Story of the West. This program came to you from Columbia Square. KNX Los Angeles, the voice of Hollywood.